Well, this might be long overdue, but here's to June 2025. I'll admit I'm uploading this a little late, but you'll see why at the end of this. Yep, June was the month that we finally closed the house that I really grew up in. Every summer, all my family would spend hours there every day, and we kind of had a little send off to that house. That's where we would hang our towels and swim and celebrate birthdays and stuff. So cheers to that house. Good times. It'll be very missed. June was nice and warm and toasty, but all eyes were on getting ready for Francais, getting ready for France, getting ready for Orte Vo. I was packing, I was practicing packing, I was shopping, I was going out, just copious notes on how to do it correctly. But I did get to have some fun in June. I went to a couple of concerts, and here's some footage of that here. I saw a concert that involved a bunch of guys from the early thousands, like boy bands. I went with Jess. Shout out Jess again, you're the best. It was a lot of fun. I was not expecting to hear the records that I heard, and I heard ones that I hadn't heard in forever. For example, O-Town was there. One guy from NSYNC was there. That guy right there, he used to have a reality show on MTV, and it felt good to reminisce. And it was like karaoke or something. Everybody was singing along, and just a very unique group of the audience was all my age, like 90s kids and stuff. So that was great. It was a nice night out, and the venue was not like crazy hot. It was very comfortable. Yeah, it was great. But then later in June, I got to see my favorite band, one that everyone should know about, Khruangbin, at Suffolk Downs. I got to see them right before, probably a week before I was gonna hop on a plane. Khruangbin actually means airplane in Croatian, even though they're a band, to my knowledge, they're from Austin, Texas. It's a 3-set. These are the guys that opened up for them. They were incredible too. The sound was great. But what was funny was that Suffolk Downs is in, near Boston, and Logan Airport is located very close to it. So every once in a while, there would be an airplane that went over, and it felt very purposeful, and it kind of added to just the swag and the vibe of the whole event. You'll see an airplane flying overhead right here. But my favorite thing about Khruangbin is that they're like elevator music, but funky elevator music. There's not that many lyrics, there's just a lot of oohs and ahs. So just observe their funkiness right here. The hip shakes, the random pauses in the music, the wigs. Spoiler alert, the song's not over. This is just for a dramatic pause. And then the drummer's about to go boom, boom, wow, and then the lights. Wait for it. So cool. They're the best. If you don't know Khruangbin, look them up. Khruangbin. Khruangbin. Great show. Anyways, now we're at the everyday section, and what you'll notice about the posts that I made for my everydays are the color, are the fun, but in particular, I was very inspired by Art Nouveau and just kind of French neoclassic architecture and sculpture. I found that if it was good enough to be made into a sculpture, it was good enough to be made into a painting. That last one in particular was the Spirit of Ecstasy, which is it's the emblem for the Rolls-Royce car company. And I ended up taking inspiration from that to kind of summarize my time at Orquevo. I was very much trying to draw things and just stay focused on French style, French sculpture, because even this one, I thought I might make some form of a mixed media collage for the residency that I was going to. So that's what you'll notice. The color, Art Nouveau, ribbons, primary colors. This was me trying to shout out anyone that might be going. Hopefully they would see it and hit me up. There's some text there. That right there was a little reference to one of the first magazines ever printed, The Paddler, which is also from France, to my knowledge. And then I wrote story because I was very focused on telling a good story. I think story is very important for my work. That was the day I saw Khruangbin. That was basically what was on their shirt. If you're wondering how to spell Khruangbin, there it is. But thanks, guys, for tuning in. I wanted to give those breathing room to really look at them because I'm very proud of them. But if you stuck around this long, let me say bonjour from Francais. I am actually editing this in Chateau Orquevo. So I'm sorry that June was so late, but I unfortunately found out the hard way that the Wi-Fi here isn't especially good. Combine that with the fact that there's so much to kind of absorb here, and it was kind of a vacation. I wanted to apologize that June came so late, but I am only a couple days away from being done at Orquevo. This is day 15 out of 21 days. This is actually day 16. This is day 16. It's June 25th. Merry Christmas in July. Christmas in July, the 25th. Hope you have a good Christmas. So, as you can see, I've come a long way. I've dyed my nails for the first time. I think I did this yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. Makes me feel very creative. Makes me feel like an artist. I might start doing it more often. I wanted to say that in the July video is going to be very much focused on my time here at Orquevo. I spent most of July here in France, 4 days in Paris, and then these 16 days in Orquevo. A lot happens in a day. My bed was just made for me. They just took the trash out of my bathroom. I have a private bathroom, which has been exceptional. And get this, you'll see more. You'll see more in the July video. So I want to make this quick. However, I did what I came here to do. I finished this work of art, which we'll see exactly where it ends up living, but it's inspired by my trip. You see, there's collage parts of it, but then I also painted. So it's a mixed media painting that I finished, and I'm gonna exhibit at the Open Studio in a couple of days. Painted the sides gold because everything in the chateau has these gold accents. It's mind blowing. It's absolutely mind blowing. I can't recommend it enough. If you're an aspiring artist looking to get away and just focus on your art, do it. I mean, the sun is shining. Do it in July. There's a nice reservoir down there that we can all swim in. I just blew up a floaty for a friend. I can't say enough good things about it. I'll talk more about it later. But that's what I've been up to. That's why June video is a little late again. And I think that's all I have to say, really. Keep on rocking in the free world, and always rip in peace, right?